Hello there, welcome into the latest edition of the SAU Men's Basketball Coaches Show. I'm Daniel Gagos, joined alongside head men's basketball coach Andy Sharpe. And Coach, we're at the point of the season. Your team 6-6, 3-3 overall, 6-6 overall, 3-3 in conference play. But you're riding a bit of a hot streak right now, coming off of 2 wins, both of them on the road in conference play. Part of a tough Oklahoma swing. You went and took on Oklahoma Baptist, newcomers to the GAC last Thursday, and then you followed it up with a grind-out win at Southern Nazarene, a big win. First win at Southern Nazarene for your program, first win overall at Southern Nazarene over there. So talk a little bit about that, because beforehand, 4-game losing streak over Christmas break, to be able to kind of get back to the winning ways, how important was that?
It was really big. Going to Quincy, Illinois, although it was a long way up there, really paid dividends for us. We played 2 top-level GLVC teams. I think Truman is in 2nd and Quincy is in 3rd, so we played really good competition. We're able to work Denarius in and get him moving around, and we really figured out our rotations a little better up there. Didn't get the results we wanted, but those 2 games really prepared us for hopefully the rest of the year. And that was the idea, scheduling those games and scheduling the games in Dallas. We really tried to schedule up this year and get our guys more prepared for what they were going to see in conference play. And our record isn't what we would like it to be, but we feel very confident moving forward that that we're ready to see anything, and hopefully we're ready to put our best foot forward. Tomorrow against Henderson, the 2 games in Oklahoma were really just catapult games. We played 2 contrasting styles on Thursday and Saturday. We played 40 minutes of man-to-man and pressed, and really played our best basketball of the year Thursday night at Oklahoma Baptist. And then credit to our guys for being able to adapt. We played 40 minutes of zone and did some zone pressure Saturday against Nazarene. So this conference is just tough to find wins. You got to play different ways on different nights against different teams, and teams have really got to be able to adapt and accept coaching and trust in the scouting report, and be able to implement different things that we're going to do.
We'll talk about some individuals real quick. Some in the last few games that have really stood out, really stepping their games up. C.J. Elkins for one, redshirt freshman for you, but also Keaton Tennyson coming off the bench and really hitting some big threes for you. Talk about those 2 guys.
Yeah, C.J., it's hard to believe he's only played 12 games in his college career, and he's, I think, our 3rd leading scorer. I mean, he's got to be one of the best freshmen in the conference. He just does things that other freshmen can't do, or too intimidated to do. I mean, he just does it, and athletically he's able to do some things, and we've moved him to the point. We made that move up in Quincy as well, moving him to the point and moving Jerron off the ball, and man, CJ's really handled it like a pro, like a veteran, and understands a little more every day on how to run a team and how to get players where they need to be. So he's really done well, and we hope he continues that. Keaton has really come back a different player. He told me before he left that I was going to see a new guy when he came back in January, and he's really confident. He's more confident now than he's ever been. Our guys are really looking for him and expecting him to make open shots, and he's coming through for us. I think he made 3 big ones in each game in the Oklahoma swing. So at big points in the game too. I mean, they weren't run-of-the-mill, I'm wide open, there's no pressure. He made some big ones. And another kid, Deshaun Dockery, played huge in both games, especially the Southern Nazarene game. Keaton and Day kept us afloat in the first half. Our 3 guards, Jerron, Dion, and CJ, did not play their best in the first half against SNU, and Keaton and Day came in and really played well. I think they were our 2 leading scorers at halftime. So and that's part of what I'm talking about. We're starting to figure out roles, and guys are starting to understand how to play through one another to get their teammate going first, and then their job becomes easier, and then they will get going off and through their teammates. So hopefully we can keep this momentum going and get a home win here in conference play.
And one other guy you mentioned earlier, Denarius Lockhart, SAU fans hadn't had a chance to see him in person. We've seen him on the bench, eligible here for the second semester. He's played in 4 games and he's really made an impact. The guy inside, and, at any given point, you can look out there and you've got Denarius at 6'8", 6'9", and Kevin Jordan at 6'10", but also too guys like Tony Askett, things like that. You can go big when you need to. How important has it been to get him into the games, knowing what he's done athletically and everything else?
It's really big. It's big for not only Denarius but our other guys. Anytime there's a 6'9" rim protector back there, you're able to play a little more aggressively on the perimeter. He's going to clean up anything that gets by you. Some of our best offense has been CJ, Jerron getting to the rim, letting Denarius' help defender step up, and we just throw it up. And Denarius is so gifted; he can go up and get just about anything. We tell our guys, if you underthrow a lob to Denarius, you don't need to play anymore. Just throw it over the backboard if you need to. D will get up there and he'll make a play on the ball. I mean, he's dunking almost everything. He's very efficient. He's very high percentage from the field. Rebounds it. He hasn't really rebounded like he has been. We've been playing some teams that have been trying to pull him out away from the rim. In junior college, he was a 15-point, 13 rebound average. So he's going to really hopefully get those rebound numbers up so we can get our transition. It's just really, you just kind of sense it with our guys, that they understand now who we are, where we're hanging our hat on the defensive end, how to play off of one another. So and now we're at a point, we play 5 games in 10 days now. We've played everybody in Oklahoma. We fought like crazy to get our record even again, and now we feel like we got a chance to take some positive steps and start inching our way up.
First on that list is going to be Henderson State again tomorrow, this Thursday, at home. Good to be back at home again. Talk a little bit about what you expect of that Henderson matchup. Their team under new direction, first-year head coach. What have you kind of seen out of them in the matchup?
They are very well coached. They will be difficult to defend. We don't really match up really well with them. They play 4 guards, sometimes 5 guards. They have one post kid inside who has some size that plays a good bit for them. So that's where we're trying to juggle and get our guys ready to get out on the floor and defend man-to-man, and they're going to screen about 15 times on each possession. So got to learn how to defeat screens and really help one another through some of those things. But they will be difficult to defend. They went on the road and beat SWASU very handily. They beat Southeastern Oklahoma very handily in Arkadelphia. So they've beat some teams that we haven't beaten yet. So I know our guys are excited to be at home, and we talked a lot yesterday about keeping our circle tight. Going on the road, going to Quincy, going to Oklahoma, being here at school practice when no one's here, we were able to really come together. And we've got to keep that circle very tight now. We've got to eliminate distractions. We feel like we've found our rhythm in our legs, and we really believe that we can start piecing some things together here now. So we've got to do a good job of keeping it going where we are and just keeping our circle tight.
We appreciate it very much for your time. Again, that's head men's basketball coach Andy Sharpe. He and his Mule Riders back at home this Thursday against Henderson State. Tip-off scheduled for 7:30 p.m. Hoping for a big crowd, so be sure to come out and support both the men's and women's. Again, the men tip at 7:30 following the women's game. Be sure to check MuleRiderAthletics.com for all your pre- and post-game coverage. Coach, appreciate it and best of luck.
Thanks, David.